guys, welcome to this new angle unlocked in my music room / office. We don't really have a home office. I worked from home for such a long period of time that I am rebelling against the idea of having a dedicated office space, but in today's day and age it's kind of impossible not to. So anyway, this is my office, my music room, and hopefully one day it will be like a reading spot for me as well. I'd love to get some bookcases in here, but anyway, I'm doing a bit of a vlog today, which is something different. I haven't done it for a while. I'm trying something new, something a little bit more raw. And I think it's because I'm just in a bit of a weird space right now when it comes to my videos, because I am in Australia and we are coming into spring. We are having some spring days here and there, then we're having a lot of rain, and so it feels very wintry, and I'm kind of in a weird limbo because I want to share videos, I want to share recommendations that you can read right now. And majority of people are coming from the Northern Hemisphere in America, North America, United Kingdom. But then I know I'm in Australia, and I know there are a number of you in Australia that are here watching. And the whole reason I did this YouTube channel was because I felt like there was a lack of Australian representation on YouTube. And so I'm kind of in this weird, as I'm talking it through, I'm kind of coming up with the solution. What I want to share is the books that are intriguing me at the moment that I want to read coming into spring, or perhaps the books at the last of winter that I would love to get to. But because majority of you are in the Northern Hemisphere coming into autumn, and my gosh, it is like the algorithms go crazy at this time of year, where all of a sudden all I'm seeing is autumn leaves, pumpkin spice everything, plaid, tartan, browns, oranges, all these pumpkins. It's just insane on Pinterest, on YouTube. I stay away from social media as much as I can, but it's all there. So I can see what's happening, and I really want to do another autumn recommendation video because my last one was a bomb. I made the rookie mistake as an early YouTuber, and I recommended a book that I hadn't read, and I read it and it was crap. And so I really want to kind of have a redemption round with the autumn reads, recommendations, and I want to give you some better recommendations. So I'm in this weird spot of wanting to read spring reads, but also wanting to kind of curate some autumn books for you. It's a weird time. It's a weird time to be a YouTuber in Australia. But also my current reading is all over I have so many books on the go. And the reason I have all these books on the go is because I kind of hate Beartown. And I've got maybe 20% left of Beartown, and I kind of really am not enjoying it. So I'm picking up every other book except for Beartown, and it's creating a problem. In addition to all the other problems I just mentioned about wanting to kind of go spring, but also autumn, and anyway, I'm all over the place, all over the place. Hence this vlog, where I don't know where it's going to go and what we're going to do, but we're here, and I'm going to share a bit about what's going on. And first of all, let me share with you what I'm currently reading, which is nearly every book I've got in my possession. Wolf Creek. I nearly called it Wolf Creek. Have you guys seen that movie? It's an Australian, it's like an Australian thriller of backpackers, American backpackers perhaps, doing silly things in the bush. I'm not reading that. I'm reading Wolf Hall by Hilary Mantel. I am through it. I have survived and made it out of the Occult History of Britain chapter that was 100 pages long. It's a really interesting book to read because, like someone said, it's really hard to keep up with because everyone's named a Thomas. I completely felt you, whoever said that. Then there is the way that the dialogue is written. But there are moments of such beautiful writing by Mantel that is keeping me in. Yeah, I'm up to part 3. I'm in 3-card trick. There was this line: "At some point he must have slept. When daylight came, the room felt so empty, it was empty even of him." There's little bits like that are just really, really beautiful. Anyway, I'm making my way through it. It's happening. I've also picked up We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson, which I have never read before. I've never read Shirley Jackson, which is a crime. I am only 14 pages in, but I kind of like the writing. I really do like the writing. This is one of those books that I mentioned that I want to read to be able to do some recommendations perhaps in October. It's a very small book. I don't think it's going to be hard, but I'm into that one. I'm also reading October by Katya, Balen, and I have heard a lot about this book from other North American YouTubers who love it. It is most definitely a book that a lot of people pick up, come October, and it's a children's book, and I'm enjoying it. It is, the way the narration is really quite beautiful and childlike, and it really rings true. So I'm about a third of the way through that one at the moment. I am into The Hounding by Xenobe Purvis, and this is the book that I want to spend all my time in, but it is very small, and so I want to take my time with it. This is an incredible book, which I think will be a great autumnal read if you're looking for something. It is actually set in like peak summer, so this small town that is experiencing the stuff that I'll share with you in a moment. They're going through a really, really dry summer. They haven't had any rain, so much that the local ferryman doesn't have a job because there's no river to ferry people across. So if you are like having a bit of an Indian summer where you are and you're in the Northern Hemisphere, this would be great. But I mean, it is a little bit spooky because it is described as the Crucible meets the Virgin suicides. And it is about 5 sisters, and a lot of people in the town think that these sisters, who are very odd, are turning into dogs. And I'm starting to see a theme through a lot of the books that I'm reading at the moment, which is about women who are being, a lot of books about women who have no chance in hell in patriarchal societies. I'll say that. This is incredible. I am very close to finishing it. I'm on like page 137 out of 221, so not long to go. It's beautiful. If you have this on your TBR and you're thinking of reading it, please do pick it up. This is why I read, for these books. And then I have the dreaded Beartown. Beartown is almost 2/3 of the book was leading up to an event, and it felt like nothing was happening in this book. When that event happened, I just was like, please, please, please do this well. And I don't think it's being done well. I don't like that this book feels like I'm just reading truisms. The way the narration is done, it's very odd. There'll be something about one of the characters and then there'll be a truism at the end, like, and that is why he knew he could never trust that person, or that is why I'm not enjoying it, but I am so close to the end. I'm going to finish it at the very least so I can give a proper review on why no one else should read it. We'll see. I did hear a lot of you say that Beartown was not the best first option for a Backman book, and I hear you. I hear you on that. And it's not that I will never pick up another Backman, but there's a lot of things in this book that I think are not great. Anyway, those are just some of the books. There's a few others that I've picked up here and there, and I just haven't finished. But I need to pick one of them because I'm going to the hairdresser today, and I need a book to read in there, and I can't take the Hounding. I can't take the Hounding because I'm so close to finishing. And you know when you've only got like a 50, 80 pages left of a book and you're like, well, I can't take that out with me all day because I'm going to finish it and then I'm going to be without a book. So I need to think of what book I want to take, and I don't want it to be Beartown. Maybe I'll take We Have Always Lived in the Castle because I could finish that whole book. 167 pages. Maybe I'll take this one to my appointment. And my biggest decision today is whether or not I keep my hair or I go for a chop. And this is the longest I've had my hair in a long time, and I kind of like it. It's making me feel a bit younger, but it's impossible to style, and I normally have my hair around about this level, but I'm kind of thinking it's a lot. Look at that, it's not even in shot. We'll see. You'll find out soon enough. did it. I went for the chop. Feels good. It feels good, feels healthy. It's nice. It's a nice change. But as you saw, I picked up yet another book. Instead of taking the ones that I have been reading, I grabbed another one that has been like sending me vibes from the shelf, and that was This House of Grief by Helen Garner. I've been wanting to read Helen Garner for such a long time. She's got such an incredible canon of writing. She writes fiction, she has a lot of diaries that are out, and she also is a journalist, and she has written some true crime. And that came to my attention because I understand that there is a book that will come out this November called The Mushroom Tapes, and Helen Garner is one of the authors of that book. And that is a book about Erin Patterson, who was recently found guilty of murdering 3 people and the attempted murder of another person after she cooked them beef Wellington for a lunch, and the beef Wellington had death cap mushrooms in it. And it has been a true crime story that has just captivated the nation. And I was watching the vlog, the live blogging of this thing going on. She was found guilty only just last week. She received her sentencing, which was 3 life sentences. It is a fascinating story. I most definitely want to buy the book about the case. And then I knew I wanted to get something of Helen Garner's, and then I was jumping around on YouTube, and I was the algorithm served me a video from Service 95, which is Dua Lipa's book club, and she had a one-on-one talk with Helen Garner about this book, which is The House of Grief. And this is a book about another true crime, which was in 2005, and it was in Victoria on Father's Day. And we just had Father's Day just last weekend here in Australia. On Father's Day 2005, 3 young boys drowned when the car their father was driving went off the road and plunged into a dam. The driver, the dad, says that he blacked out. And this is the trial of him going through his trial for murder for all 3 of his sons, his boys. And oh my gosh, I just started it in the hairdresser, and it's phenomenal. It is phenomenal. Helen Garner didn't live too far away from where this happened, but there's one line she had in here which was, the ex-wife swore at the committal hearing that he loved his boys. So, since when has loving someone meant you would never want to kill them? It kind of rang true. Like, you hear a lot of these things, but anyway, this was I just did not want to put this down, and it's fascinating. So this has just shot up to the top of my want to read, want to finish list. And it's something that happened, so it happened 20 years ago in 2005. Helen Garner released this book in 2014, so about 10 years after. And I think it's a really interesting study so far because she has some empathy for Paul Farquharson. I can't remember, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Farquharson. She has a lot of pity. She has a lot of, not sympathy. This is a man who, in the lead up to this happening, his life changed. His wife kicked him out. He was going through depression from his mum passing away, I think. Anyway, Helen Garner has just found a thread of compassion somehow. And it's quite interesting to read this from that perspective, because majority of crime books that you read, especially in this instance where a man has driven his car into a dam with his 3 boys in the car, and he says that he blacked out, but he also is saying that he knows that he killed his children. And she's managed to find this thread of compassion somehow. And I think this is going to be a really interesting read from that perspective. This was just incredible to pick up. So I've got another book to add to my list. But anyway, I have to go make dinner now. And apparently a snazzy haircut doesn't get me out of making dinner. So I'm going to go do that. And I think I'm going to end this vlog here because it might have gone for probably 15 minutes or so. But this was kind of nice. It's kind of fun. I don't mind doing it this way. So let me know what you think about this, if this was interesting. Yeah, we'll see how we go next time. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a great weekend, great week of reading ahead, and I will speak with you soon. Bye.